Is it broadcast?
Yeah, we're broadcasting.
And we're back.
Yeah.
I apologize. I kind of went off the rails.
Dirk is a technical difficulty.
Well,
I would like to say thank you to Corey for putting
Corey,
Dirk in his place.
Thank you so much. I'm looking at the levels over here that I don't understand.
So Dirk doesn't get a monitor anymore.
Dirk has turned off the monitor to make it so he's less of an asshole.
I'm not recording anymore.
Play another game, Chester.
Oh, what's happening here?
Oh, there we go. So we have
technical difficulty.
So we're gonna do it one more time.
Consummate professional.
Consummate professionals.
And
we're back now. We're back. We really are back.
And we're back.
Like Backstreet. We're back like Backstreet.
So Ryan's gonna have to do some really fancy editing.
Really, I'm just gonna put them together and put like a pig fart noise in the middle of it.
We're back.
Yeah. Or maybe the Shrek fart. I'll put that in there.
So anyway, thank you, Corey, for
paying attention, for loving us.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about that it's episode 32. Ryan's going to be 34. You're about to be 32 on November 8th, which is the same time as the Nintendo Olympics. And then I said something about a tournament, and Ryan says, we don't want to fucking talk about that. And I was like, fuck you! Levels are off! Dropped the mic and walked away.
Not only were the levels off, the wheels were off.
The wheels were off. And that was really quick for the wheels to come off.
They're back on.
They're back on, yes.
So moving forward.
So we are talking about in the 32nd episode of the Casual Go-At-Us of Gaming is Fez. We have been dogging on Phil Fish since the inception of this show, and we decided that we would talk about Fez because we were drunk and we thought it would be easy.
I'd heard great things about the game. It was critically acclaimed. We now know why it was critically acclaimed. But honestly, I really enjoyed playing the game.
And we had no idea that the shit was hitting the fan
I had
in the past 3 weeks.
The same thing where
right?
I watched indie game. I didn't want to play the game.
This is accidentally topical.
Yes.
Unintentionally topical episode.
We had no intention of this being any type of relevancy. We're not trying to be like in the front of gaming news.
Like 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the coincident, and that tied into all of this, and that's when shit started hitting the fan.
Yeah, Dirk texted me, and he's like, "Are you sure you want to do this episode? Because like last weekend, like I think I was actually playing it. Like, do we have to do it now because all this shit is going on?"
Because I just randomly stumbled into it. I think I was trying to do research for Fez, and then all this shit popped up about. We'll talk about it later, but all this shit popped up, and I text Ryan. I'm like, "So have you seen this?" And I sent him 2 articles, and I'm like, "I don't want to be this close to 4chan." Like it's like the fire's hot enough. I don't want to take a step back.
Right.
And I really want to be this close to 4chan. Yeah, oh my god! So Ryan actually convinced me. He's like, "No, we should really do it. It's relevant, and I mean,
yeah,
as you said, topical."
I'm not afraid of 4chan.
Like the cream that my doctor gave me.
Topical. Those warts on your dick ain't gonna go away unless you start using topical cream every day.
I'm joking though. I am afraid of 4chan.
I actually named that.
Very afraid.
I actually named that wart Phil Fish. Ironically enough. So, topical cream, topical episode.
So before we get started with our Todd's Gaming News segment, if you remember him from last week, the very talkative Todd. What have you guys been playing besides the other game? Did we do anything?
I played Micron, I believe it was called. It's kind of a little puzzle game. I get a ball to the other side using walls to bounce the ball around. It's a cool little game. I got it on Steam for like $5 or something.
Nice.
It was a nice little time killer. There's a lot of user-created levels I haven't got to yet, but it's a cool little puzzle game to play. I'm playing a lot of casino games, getting ready to go to Vegas next weekend for my birthday. So I've been amping myself up. I'm jonesing real bad for some blackjacks. I had to download an app so I didn't waste all my money.
I've been practicing.
I've been practicing slot machines.
At chance games.
No, I'm just trying to get my, the basic strategy for blackjack. So you can at least, the house only has, like a 2% advantage. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to get the basic strategy, because I didn't play blackjack for years.
So you're going to Vegas?
Yeah.
For his birthday that we were both not invited to.
No, we're going. Me and Nicole are going by myself.
I couldn't afford.
Oh, you're not going with the normal crowd?
I couldn't afford to go anyway.
No crazy people.
Thank you for not putting any pressure on me.
Crazy people.
By not inviting me, you didn't put pressure on me.
No Chester.
So. Crazy.
It's gonna be nice.
No me. So it's just you and Nicole, huh?
Just me and Nicole.
And that tranny you pick up on the way back to the room.
We're gonna drink. We're gonna bang.
Nicole's old enough to go to Vegas now, right?
Well, she will be by the time we go.
Okay, good.
I wish I was sitting closer to you because I would high five you so hard for that.
Hey, I like them young. What can I say?
You sure do, sir.
Blackjack.
Blackjack.
I appear to have gone over.
So I guess so. I could have guess how old she is. She's an ace and a 7.
That could be two things.
That adds up to 18, right? Nope.
Which actually brings us to something, a good segue, a great segue. Actually, no, Chester, what have you been playing? Because I want to use the kids touching diddling joke to raise money.
I'll give you $5 if you don't do it.
Okay, then I won't do that.
I'm not gonna give you
Put that $5 towards the charity. I've been playing Fez to get ready for this.
Yeah, you had 27 cubes when I showed up today, so you were like really putting in that work.
Those were just the yellow cubes. I've got about 6, 7, 8 blue cubes.
Why don't you go open the
I did.
32 cube door?
That's how I got to the New Game Plus.
Oh God.
Okay, but on top of that, I mean, I've been playing a few stupid mobile games on my computer.
Stupid Castle Crashers.
I haven't been playing a whole lot of games.
You love the shit out of Castle Crashers. Like, you crash.
No, Clash
hard.
of Clans.
That's
Castle
what
Crash.
Clash of Clans.
Crass.
It's alliteration.
Oh,
It's alliteration.
Yes.
that one.
All right.
I deleted 2048 off of my phone.
I still
Did
can't
you?
beat that game, dude.
Well, I've already beat it a couple of times, and his wife still hasn't, has she?
I don't ever touch it.
No, she
anymore,
rage
but-
quit that a long
So
time
I don't
ago.
need it anymore
Long
because I
time
proved
ago.
that I'm better than she is, so I deleted it.
You know what's funny is that she brings this upon herself, and there's nothing that I can do to like, oh, come on, guys. I'm like, no, this bitch deserves it. Like, I love her. You know what's funny? She's not listening to the episodes anymore, so I can just keep saying
Say
it.
what you want.
Yeah.
Can I say what I want about? No, I'm just kidding.
Sure.
Laurel's a wonderful person.
I want to finger your wife.
That was real nice.
I want to finger your wife too.
I would say give her a heads up, like ask her. Because
Hey, let her know beforehand.
We're all for like one of those adult dinners.
well,
we
because
do.
I'm not going to give you permission or not permission because she's like she's the gatekeeper. So if she lets
If you're the keymaster, then
So
if-
we're just like in the kitchen eating like bruschettas or
speaking
spinach
of the
artichoke
gatekeeper
dip.
and the
Like, hey,
keymaster,
so
if she decides
you
that
want to get fingered or
if
it
she
was 2 weeks ago was the 30th anniversary of Ghostbusters.
It was, yeah.
And I went by myself to the theater to watch it on the big screen because no one would go with me.
Don't guilt trip me because I was fucking driving
you
back
were
from
out of
Sholo.
town. No,
and- yeah.
I'm not guilt tripping you. I just
I
that
think
was the one day of the week that I could go, and no one else could go
Oh.
or would go.
I actually had just gotten off of work. I was still on the freeway. I hadn't even gotten home yet.
I would
Yeah.
suggest you change shifts to our shifts, and then we could
yeah.
do so many more things together, like play games,
There's
Go
a
hiking.
lot of things I'd like to
Out.
change about my job.
could eat
We
Italian
don't need to get into
food.
that.
Dutch rudder. Ooh.
All
That'd be
right,
nice.
now wheels are going to be in motion.
I had a Lord of the Rings joke about you fingering my wife, but I'll just let it go.
Gollum?
What? One ring.
One
To rule
shall
them?
pass.
One shall pass.
And in the darkness bind them. That's when you put 2 in. And in the darkness bind them.
From you to
Dirk's over there beating it against the rock.
Oh man, I love it. And this is what you don't get from other video game podcasts. Is Ryan talking about finger banging my wife, finger banging his way to her heart.
That's right. Into her life.
I almost choked in my own throat. That's great.
So I've been playing Amped 2.
How's that working
Yeah.
out for you?
It's been awesome. Like you've been taking up all my wife's time, so I've had time to play myself.
Keeping her busy. So Dirk can go use that bank card and play whatever he wants.
No, because Chester and I, we went to Fallout Games last weekend. What was it, like Saturday? It must have been Saturday.
It was Friday.
Was it Friday?
I don't know. It was
Saturday?
a day.
It was
one of those
last
days.
weekend.
That was last weekend. So we were sitting there. We're talking about doing different episodes, and then we're talking about games that we have and games we don't have. So we gave the Tempe Fallout a call, and wouldn't you know, Mr. Richard DLC answers the phone. My knee-jerk reaction is to call him a homophobic slang, like a homophobic phrase.
Faggot.
There it is.
Is what you called him.
I did. I was like, "Is this DLC?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Faggot."
And then hung up.
What was his reaction? Because I couldn't hear the other side.
Well, he was just like, "Yes." First, he was confused that I knew who it was.
Yeah.
And then when I dropped the F-bomb, he didn't know what to say.
Dad?
Yeah, because he wasn't sure if it was like somebody knows my voice and they know that I'm gay.
My girlfriend's gonna be so disappointed.
No.
He maybe thought it was his girlfriend.
Maybe, yeah, just calling up. You get this horrible. It's not good for a man's voice. It's not good for a woman's
Richard,
voice.
we love you.
We do. He actually he's a full time now at
Super nerdy best friends.
Super
I saw
nerdy
that.
best. He is a super nerdy best friend.
Yeah, I
Like
read that last week.
100%.
Good for him.
So anyway, we went to Fallout. We hung out there for like an hour and a half. Like,
We had to walk over to the donut shop to use the bathroom.
we had been there. We were there for so long.
We were hanging out for
Wait.
a while.
They don't have a bathroom inside of Fallout.
Apparently, it's full of. They ran out of storage room, so the bathroom is full of
Dude,
Video games?
probably
yeah.
used systems and video
Dude,
games.
people
and-
just they roll in there and just sell shit like crazy. It's
How do
just
are they selling enough to like make it worth it? They can
Oh,
buy
yeah.
that much
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
up.
They just
really.
they bought the Tempe location. They bought the next building, the space next door, and
Because
they're
they
going
have
to knock
so
down
many
the
games.
wall and
Oh
expand.
my god, I gotta go down there.
There's
I've
three
only been to the one by
locations.
I've only
They're
been to the one by
making
Dirk's.
monies.
Really,
oh yeah,
that's great.
they are living off of people just wanting.
Well,
money.
now that you know people that are nostalgic for 80s,
Oh.
early 90s games, we're all in our 30s.
Well,
we have jobs and money, so we can go do that now.
He was saying, like, DLC was saying that, like, this whole thing, like, the whole store started with one guy's game collection. Like, he had so many games, he's like, I could start a store. And now it's like it's going gangbusters. Like, I do think that they overcharge for some things, but at the same time, they have some really good deals there.
They can though.
Oh, they can, yeah, it is, yeah. Because when we went there, I picked up Amp for $1.
It's supply and command, bro.
I don't remember that from economics. Is that the Ben Bernanke?
There was a game, supply and command.
And Conquer.
Red Alert, supply and command.
And Conquer.
Yeah. Supply you with lightning from my Tesla coil.
So you're reaching for it.
This is gonna get right there for you. Anyway, no. So we actually bought a lot of games that we're gonna be talking about in the next few episodes. We got Manhunt.
We picked up Jack 2, which
That's
a
another-
friend of mine wants to do Jack with us.
I picked up. I went
we got my
back. I
friend
went
in
back to
here.
my store and I bought all the Jacks.
Yeah.
The three of them. The precursor legacy. We didn't get Ratchet and Clank. What else did we get? We got.
I picked up a Ratchet and Clank. You picked up Final Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy X. All the Prince of Persias for
That's
the
right.
PlayStation for the PlayStation 2.
Nice.
POP.
Yeah, so I mean we got a lot of shit to talk about, but Amped is what I've been playing because I bought that for $1.
Yeah, I can't get into that kind of game.
I love those games because I want to be able to hit the lines and everything.
Is that the snowboard one?
Yeah.
I think I only played 1080. I don't think I ever played that.
Yeah, 1080. Dude, 1080
I only
was
played
tough.
Cool Borders 3.
Cool Borders 2.
See, Cool Borders 2. That's what got me hooked. Cool Borders 2
That was the bomb.
and Tony Hawk. Those were the two type of games like they were like right there at the
Tony
same
Hawk, I
time.
played the shit out of 1 and 2. After that, it kind of
See,
it
I
was
never
just
liked
the
Tony
same
Hawk. I don't
shit
know.
over and over again.
Well, I thought it was funny because I go back to this game. It was made in 2003, and it's got like this huge track of music for just all sorts of like.
The music is so bad.
It was
A lot of underground bands that are now huge bands.
It was.
No.
It's fucking terrible.
No,
Like
a lot of underground punk bands that are still underground and should be.
No, they're
underground. They
done.
deserve to be underground.
it's horrible. You know what's sad is like there's one song that's actually tolerable on that soundtrack, and it's by Helicopter, and I fucking hate Helicopter.
I
Yeah.
hate them based on their name.
Yeah, they're bad.
I have no idea what that is.
I don't either.
We'll deal with that later. You don't need to know.
We'll circle back. I hope not.
Yeah,
I
we'll
hope not.
circle around and around and around and around. So yeah, no, I've been playing that. I'll be honest. Like before we get it all started, I only played Fez for about 3.5 hours, maybe
I beat
3
it
hours.
today.
Yeah, but going from there. But
and I liked it. It's such a huge game, and it's so confusing. But we'll circle back.
We'll circle back. We'll helicopter.
Yes.
Helicopter back to that. But in the meantime, it's Todd's gaming news.
Gaming news.
Todd's gaming news.
Todd's gaming.
We need to change it to like nerd news because we have other stuff besides gaming news. It seems like every week.
Well, let's just call it Todd's Eclectic.
Todd sucks. Todd sucks.
Todd sucks.
This is why we have to tell you that Todd sucks.
Todd sucks in all of the dick.
He's like a dying dick star.
Full of news. By the way, Todd, we really appreciate you being on the last episode.
Hey, we'd like to have you back again. So you can take in our dicks.
So so the new segment's called Todd Sucks Dick.
Okay.
Sure.
So, Todd sucks dick.
No,
Todd
we're not
doesn't
doing
suck
that.
dick.
Todd's gaming news is fine.
Todd drinks wine out of a juice box.
How about Todd's Jukebox? That already used?
How about what's happening in the news today?
Fellas?
What's going on?
Who wants to start it off? We'll kick it to.
We got one thing on the outline here.
Yeah, who put it on there?
Dirk?
I did. Just because Destiny was released on Tuesday, this was.
Was it $500 million? Something like that?
It rumored to have cost $500 million.
No. Did it made?
$500 million.
You said cost.
No, but it did.
So they broke even in the first weekend.
Well, they broke even, but it was rumored that's not a not confirmed number. The head of Bungie was like, no. But if that's
actually cost $650 million.
Well, but if that's true, that grosses over it's the most expensive video game. It's above the most expensive video game and above the most expensive movie, which is like one of the Pirates of the Caribbean was like $3.5 million or $350 million.
I hope it was the first one because that was the only good one.
That's a lot of money.
Which I didn't enjoy because I backed into your fucking Bronco and ruined my car going there.
Oh, that's right. Bronco's fine. Thanks for asking.
Anyway, so the thing with Destiny is that it's online only. From what I understand, there's no offline single player.
So stupid.
Have not played it. They did not release one copy to the media for reviews. Like right now, as we speak, so this is Friday,
So
September 12th.
game reviewers had to buy their own copies.
No. They didn't. They could play the alpha. They could play the beta. They could not. They did not have access to any of the copies until everybody else did. So now all the major sites are scrambling to get out reviews
Now
because
that everyone already owns.
Well, that's
because-
right. There was no advanced copies. That's
yeah,
right.
no, they
You know what? That just tells me that the game was crap.
no. Here's what they claimed.
It builds tension.
It doesn't build tension. They claim that because they're not toting it as an MMO.
We're gonna keep a secret how bad this game is until everyone's already spent money on it.
I think you're looking at it. This was their strategy. They said that if we release this to the media outlets, and I'm just going to pick a number out of the hat, like say there's 1,000 people who are going to be reviewing it, they'll have to be online, they'll have to be playing each other, and Bungie said that a world that sparsely populated would not give everybody the full gaming experience. You have to have like a full world of everybody like playing it at launch to give them the full experience of what Destiny is. So we cannot ask you to do a review.
So it's kind of an MMO. It's massively multiplayer online.
It is, but from what I understand,
It's an MMOS instead of an MMORPG.
MMOFPS.
MMOFPS. A muff puss.
Muff puss.
So that we got boy pussy and muff puss.
All right. Cheers. It's Destiny.
It is Destiny. It's
Kismet.
What?
Hold on, I think we are not broadcasting.
That's right here.
It says.
It's right.
that we
It's
are
on the internet. He's
broadcasting.
looking at the wrong one.
Hold on.
Tell these people to go back to the other.
Oh
YouTube channel.
no, Corey, we will be working it out. We're doing both the live stream and the podcast.
Tell our one viewer.
Corey, please. So anyway, it's when Destiny got released, it was to mixed reviews. So the Metacritic just like blew up with like all sorts of hate, like people giving it zeros. It hadn't been long enough.
Really?
One of the review that I was reading, though, the review that I was reading on Polygon, it said, this is a quote, "I spent my time in Destiny waiting for something to happen." So I don't know, maybe they just want it to be like a really overpopulated mall, like you're just shoulder to shoulder with people. Like I need to get through here. Like,
You know what that sounds like? Did you ever play that game Nier?
no. Oh no, you were telling me about that.
It
Yeah.
was kind of like that. It was so slow. I couldn't. Nothing really happened. I'm like, all right, I'm done. Looked promising. Looked cool. Looked pretty, but waiting for something to happen.
Oh, so maybe that's why it wasn't such a popular game.
Oh.
So anyway,
Anyways, Chester's watching the video right now.
maybe Corey needs to update his
We're
stream.
live on the
I
internet.
got the stream going.
Oh, maybe. Or
Maybe.
not.
Anyways,
We got too many things going. We need a producer in here who's not
Destiny.
drunk.
yeah, let's get one of our friends in here producing.
What the
that's not
fuck is
drunk.
Todd doing? We could put Todd on a laptop in the
Todd
corner
drinks.
there, and like every once in a while
Finds-
ask him something.
Find one of our friends that doesn't drink.
He'd be drunk.
Aaron doesn't drink anymore.
Okay, if Aaron was in this room right now with us and his wife's not here.
No. Aaron does not drink anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There was an incident,
I heard about the incident.
and it wasn't your window.
Let's air our own
He
dirty
went all Ray Rice
laundry.
on her.
Oh no.
No. Aaron, respect to Aaron.
Oh,
Val Kilmer.
you want to know how his name is spelled? It's not Aaron.
Doesn't matter.
Uncomfortable Chester is uncomfortable.
I just don't want to air other people's dirty laundry on our show.
It's
none
more
of our
it's
business.
more of a joke. He doesn't drink. We
Well, good for
respect
him.
that
I respect that. If I had that much self-control,
completely.
I wouldn't be a part of this podcast.
You know, if I had that much self-control, I don't think I would quit drinking. I'd maybe like stop masturbating.
No.
Like every day.
That would be the vice that you gave up?
I would think I would give up masturbating before I give up drinking.
Vice. You said
Easily.
masturbation vice.
I would give up burritos before
What?
I give up drinking.
Does nobody else put their head in a vice when they masturbate? It's just me.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Destiny.
Destiny.
I just use a belt like a normal person.
Good job. Great job.
Auto asphyxiation jokes.
Oh, it's too soon.
Do we talk about raising money for kids now? You can't change what we are, Chester. You can't.
I
This is
don't
who we
want
are.
to.
This is who we
I'm
are.
proud of who I am. I'm proud of who you are, gentlemen.
And I'm proud of Michael Hutchins for letting us all know who he is.
Oh man.
And David Carradine.
And Phil Fish.
Phil Fish.
No.
Was there
he
nothing
should go out
else
like
in
that, too.
gaming? Oh, there was one more. There's two quick things to glance off of. I guess there's like there was a charity. It was like Gaming Girls or whatever.
Oh, this.
Yeah, it was
mentioned.
Girls Gaming House, to where they were raising money for charity. I guess the person who set it all up and then recruited everybody and got everything going and raised a whole bunch of money for charity just
And then
cut
dug the fuck
and
out.
fucking ran. Just took the money. From what I understand, it's about like $10,000 plus. I think it's called embezzling.
Right? Which,
No.
by the way, anyone who's thinking of donating to us,
We don't even see the money.
Yeah, we don't touch it.
So
Don't even look at it.
yeah, when you donate through our
it goes
Extra
to
Life?
Extra
Yeah,
Life,
I almost
which
said
is
Half-Life and
a
then First
reputable-
Life. It's Extra Life.
Extra Life, which is a reputable organization that has done this before
Yes. We
successfully.
We don't touch that money. That
We
goes
don't.
directly to crippled babies.
It's true though.
To install boy pussies.
Building a better play.
Yeah. So
Okay. So anyway, I guess
smooth
this person's assistant.
boy pussies.
Now we should.
Just a thin, it's a dookie shoot. Let's not. There it is.
Chester, you want to?
You want to know what it's gonna look like?
So anyway,
Supple.
aside from sidelining, I guess like on this Facebook page, these people like recruited women to play on their Twitch channel. They
Girl gamers.
yeah they
Which God knows the gaming community loves girl gamers.
oh yeah
They'll
You
just
go-
throw money at them.
yeah. So they wound up. It was called seed money by the. I'm not going to mention the person's name because this is just posted on
That's
the
the reason school shootings happen.
yeah on Facebook, and the assistant who kind of didn't know anything that was going on behind the curtain. She just stopped showing up or stopped communicating with him, and they had $10,000. They were supposed to give out like $4,000 in prizes, and she ducked out.
Oh, so it was
gone.
the assistant that did it. It wasn't the person running it.
No, it was the person running it. The assistant is the one who made the post saying, "Hey, by the way, you guys have all been scammed." So
Did she do a mic drop?
she did something like she cited health issues and family leave, and she pieced out. So.
Look at FMLA if you're assistant for a nonprofit organization. That's
Well,
ridiculous.
if she created it. This was a nonprofit that she created and brought people on and then just scammed. She did a lot of work.
Non-profit.
It seems like a lot of. I don't know how long they've been up and running, but it seems like a lot of work for $10,000.
For $10,000, you could just get a normal job and work
Seriously.
for like 3
Yeah.
months.
You're gonna get caught.
And I mean,
and
unless
you're gonna get busted.
unless she had a 9 to 5, she had to have a 9 to 5, doing this. This has to be.
Cash out the 401k, move to Morocco
Well, I think it would be
Right.
like
or
us.
Mexico. You can't really live off
Invest
money in
that
Morocco.
10K and
Well, it would be like
What?
us signing up for
Polytron?
Extra Life, but oh no, you gotta give the money to me and then I'll donate it through
yeah.
to whatever, and then just taking it and leave oh no, there's
Ooh,
no.
we hit our goal of $1,000.
Yeah,
That's
Fuck
what.
you.
Dude, you could live off it. You
I
could
can-
live in Mexico 10 years easily.
I don't want to
$1,000.
though.
I don't want to live in Mexico. It's really nice down there.
I like my neck attached to my head. It's-
You're thinking of the Middle East.
no, dude.
Oh, that's right. They do beheadings in Mexico
Yeah.
too.
I actually think there's more killings in Mexico for beheadings back in the mid 2000s. But who cares? That's not gaming news. We don't want to talk about things that aren't.
What about you,
outside of
Chester?
here.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
depressing. That is depressing. What about you?
Chester
What do you got?
actually already.
What do I got?
Yeah, what, did
Well,
you
you
already
went.
go?
You already
I got
went.
no news.
Oh.
No news is good.
Oh no,
news.
they gave the shares back. The Bungie
Oh,
composer.
yeah, that too, yeah.
That's right.
The
The guy they fired the composer for
I want
the
to say.
Halo.
Why do I want to say Michael McDonald for some
Yeah.
reason?
Was it
minute.
John Williams?
It was John Williams.
It was
Yeah.
yes, John Williams. He totally did that.
They fired John Williams, and then he sued them.
Marty McDonald.
Fly.
McDonald.
Marty McFly?
O'Donnell. Marty O'Donnell. God damn it.
Sure.
Chris O'Donnell.
It's Chris O'Donnell.
Martin O'Donnell. I got it. Marty McFly. It's Martin O'Donnell.
It helps if I don't close out the tab that I'm
God,
trying
I
to
had a
figure out what
stroke.
everything
I just
is.
had a stroke.
Michael McDonald. That's
Is that
what
his name?
he was
Isn't it
saying.
Martin O'Donnell?
I'm trying to pull it up here, but apparently my internet's running very
Eh,
slow. Maybe
it
because
doesn't
we're
matter.
broadcasting.
Let's get to
The
Wait,
rat
wait,
killing?
hold on.
The
I
meat.
got stuff.
Marty O'Donnell is his
Okay.
name. Yeah.
Shadow of Mordor. I don't know if you guys have seen any videos or gameplay or heard anything.
I don't know what that is.
Anyways, it's an upcoming, obviously Lord of the Rings game.
I would
Either
have
that or someone's about to get sued.
gone with Star Wars.
That got pushed up a week, so it's coming out
Oh,
at the end of September.
that's rare for a
So,
game to be pushed
if
up
you're
a week.
if you can't wait for Assassin's Creed, go pick up Shadow of Mordor
What is that about?
because it looks like Mordor's Creed. It looks. I was watching some gameplay footage. It looks like Assassin's Creed, but with Lord of the Rings.
Ogres and
Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
That
You're
sounds
actually
neat.
Well, are you an elf? You have to be an elf.
that wasn't on my
I think you
radar.
were. What was
Legolas?
Strider.
Yeah, what was he?
Well, he was
a
a human.
yeah, a ranger, not a ranger.
Ranger.
He was. Is
He
that what
was
they
a
called
ranger,
him?
yeah.
So
Strider.
you look like that. So it looked pretty cool. It looked pretty awesome. I was watching some on the
That
Inside
sounds
Gaming
neat.
podcast. They were playing it. It looks freaking awesome.
Will you be buying it for your PlayStation 4?
Yes, I will.
Really?
That will be the next game I get for PS4. Finally.
First game.
First next game?
No, I got Watch Dogs. That I'll never finish because it's
First
boring.
game?
It's so fucking boring. You guys want to buy Watch Dogs on PS4 because it's fucking boring.
I bet they'll buy it at Fallout Games.
Yeah,
They'll probably buy it at GameStop too,
I'm never gonna finish that game. But no, Shadow of
but
Mordor
they'll
looks
give
awesome.
you a fraction of what.
And
it's
I have
worth.
some nerd news. They're going to be apparently making a new Married with Children.
Oh yeah, it's a reboot.
Following
Yeah.
David Faustino.
Oh
Following
yeah,
Blood
like
Bunny.
Next Generation.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I
So-
love David Faustino.
Did you see
So-
the Katie Seagal like
He's
Walk of Fame star?
Mako. What's his name?
Did
He's
she flop her boobs in there?
David Faustino.
Nope.
What are you guys talking about? I was thinking of
Katie Seagal.
Legend of Korra. Katie Seagal, still hot.
She's hot
Yes,
for an older lady.
Still
man.
hot.
No. For her, they all came together. All the Married with Children. They had Ed O'Neill, Christina Applegate, Katie Seagal, and David Faustino. By the way, like I don't know the
Was
names.
Buck
Of,
there? Oh,
And probably the neighbors too.
no, they didn't have the names, but they were all kneeling down.
Too
But
soon. No
David-
jokes about the dog.
David Faustino, while they're taking this picture while she's like unveiling her star or whatever, he's on his phone fucking texting. He just like looks up to take the picture.
he's
Faustino?
probably ordering
Yeah.
porn.
Maybe. Who knows?
He was probably voice acting for Legend of Korra through his phone.
Did you?
Yeah, I watched that. There's a thing on Netflix. It's called I Know That Voice.
Okay.
It's a documentary that John DiMaggio made about voice actors.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty cool. You
Love
should watch
John
it.
DiMaggio.
What was the online thing that
Huge
Faustino had? Was starving.
That was actually really fucking hilarious.
I've never heard of that.
Didn't he like kill Gilbert Gottfried's son or
Yeah, he
something?
killed Gilbert Godfrey's big mentally challenged son. Ed O'Neill is just an absolute dick, and it's got the lead actor from Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
Parker Lewis.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Parker
he's
Lewis.
like his
I
buddy.
have no idea who that is.
No,
They were
but
like
Chris Hardwick. I think?
irresponsible ex-child actors, and it's
well,
fucking
but he's
hilarious.
he's eating lunch with Ed O'Neill to ask him for money, and Ed O'Neill's like, where's that loser douchebag friend you used to hang out with, Parker Lewis? I hope you're not hanging out with. And like he's like walking in the background, walking up behind Ed O'Neill. It's pretty funny. It's only like 6 episodes. And,
Starving.
I think it was on
yeah,
Crackle or
it's
something, wasn't it?
STR like
I'll check
I'm
it out.
starving. Yeah, it was pretty good. So, no, that's something
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward
Yeah,
to.
I'd like to check that out because he is pretty funny.
I kind of, you know, what's funny? I kind of
Still married with children, or
I don't know.
well,
it's
but the
Bud,
whole
so
the whole
he probably
premise
didn't
of
bang
Bud, yeah, the
anybody.
whole premise of Bud is he never got laid.
married with grandchildren.
Yeah. Not married and no children and sad and alone. And
Oh, it's about Bud, but he's still. Well, I guess he'd still be. But he's got to find
I'm still married
Yeah.
to the Red Devil. My
Someone.
daughter got breast cancer and had both her boobs replaced. And
too
David,
soon.
what? They look fantastic. Christina Applegate.
I don't
actually-
like to hear about tits dying.
Chris,
Okay. That
every
is
time
worse.
a tit dies,
Like Robin
Chester sheds a
Williams.
single
No.
tear.
Robin Williams, rest in peace. But Christina Applegate's tits dying hit me harder.
Really? You fucking monster. She actually made it.
Joking.
She made
Come
it.
on.
No, she made a joke like before, like they did the old like and chopped them off. I'm imagining that's exactly how they do it. There's like, so she made it. She made a joke. Yeah,
Like a guillotine,
yeah.
a tittatine.
Well, they just like put it up in there. It's like the mammogram, except they just add
a
a
guillotine.
A-
Yeah, I'll work on it. I'll work
be
on
a
it.
tit.
titty teen. So anyway, no, she was like, you know what, I'm fine with this because like when all you guys get old and your boobs start to sag, mine are gonna be just awesome and just like ready to go. So, oh, you're not going to the bathroom?
He's just bearing up. The three he had ready to go wasn't enough. I had to.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was loud.
Loud as shit.
But I'm Dr. Roxo and I love cocaine.
And fake titties. Cocaine. Before we get into the game, and after the nonsense we've just spewed,
We will get to the game eventually.
we have to thank. We have new donations for our Extra Life thing, like
Big
all jokes-
donations, too.
Yeah, huge donations.
Mhm.
A couple of my coworkers, actually my old manager, she donated $100, and then one of my other coworkers donated $101, and subsequently said, "Eat it." To no, he literally wrote that in the comments. Said,
Yep,
"Eat it."
It's an eat it.
Yeah.
So
And
and so.
Paul Bainter, one of our he's
The baint.
yeah he's listened to our episodes from I think the word go. He walks by me every once in a while and goes, "Boy, pussy," and then keeps on walking.
That was after low T, Paul.
He donated he donated $15. The person who's currently training me right now, Marie that I work with, she donated $50, and then
Nice, nice.
Yeah, Brad, after he told,
We're just about halfway to our goal.
we are $486. When we last broadcast, we were only at $150.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
we still have
wow.
a
Yeah.
month to go before we
Gaining-
even do our
Gaining some momentum.
game-a-thon.
And I know that my parents still are going to donate. We still have a couple people that have verbally committed they're going to donate.
I'll donate.
But we are the fundraisers. This is why I was Chester.
But we can't just
what?
donate.
Well, you can, but we are the
It's
ones
a
who are
worthy
doing the
cause.
legwork.
I want to help build a better boy pussy.
Thank you.
So,
God, let me help.
That's what I said to him. He's like, "Why would you?"
but also,
it's for the future, dude.
I believe the children are the future.
treat them well, let them lead the way, pussy. So, actually, after Brad told Kayla to suck it or to eat it, Kayla came back over the top and donated $2.
$2 more.
The $2 more to put her at $102.
Which makes her our highest donator.
She is our highest donator, and told Brad to suck it. Her charity or
her charity knows no bounds.
Knows no bounds.
Generosity.
So all you guys that donated, thank you so much, Kayla.
Thank you,
Brad, Paul, Maria, and everybody else who's donated. He's watching right now. Corey, thank you. You are in our $50 club. That gets you one of Ryan's sweaty shirts that he wore to work.
Oh, that one I wore home today.
Oh, that'll be bad.
That is gonna reek.
The salty smile across the middle of it.
I did tell the people who donated. Actually, Corey's just going to hear this. Anybody who donates $50, at least $50, they can pick a game for us to play for an hour.
Sure, why not?
So an hour of our gaming marathon will be donated. I mean, will be brought to you by them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
if you're thinking, I like these guys and their witty banter, and I would like to see them yell at each other for an hour about this. If there's a game that you think we're going to fight over, pick that one, because that'll be fun.
You know what? Even if it's a game we've never played, that might be even more entertaining to watch us struggle.
No, Marie immediately...
Or just do the character creator for
No, Marie immediately went to troll mode. And she's like, I got to pick any game? I'm like, within reason. I'm like, just give us a game. She's like, awesome. Pong.
An hour of Pong.
And I'm like, not Pong.
Okay, we do reserve the right
to say no.
Any smart-ass recommendation.
So yeah, we're Corey, you can be included in this because you hit the $50 mark. Think of a game that you want to play or that you want us to play, and then give it to us. We'll dedicate the whole hour to you. We'll play the game and just be absolute nonsense.
Let's get to the meat.
Let's do some meat.
Meat?
I love meat.
There.
Techno porno music.
It really is.
Take off your bits. Take off your bites.
I could bang an 8-chick babe to this.
8-chick babe? 8-bit chick?
8-bit babe.
8
chit bake?
Chicle?
We'll figure it out. We'll fix it in post.
So, when we decided to do Fez, like we said, we just wanted to play the game because we dogged on Phil Fish to no end.
Well, he's a piece of shit.
He is
an emotional wreck.
He's. I mean, if you watch Indie Game the movie,
which made me hate him. That's what made me hate him.
I was expecting him to just slit a bunny's throat on screen the way you described it. So he didn't quite live up to the expectations that you'd built up for him. He is, however, one emo motherfucker, just really an emotional roller coaster.
And his sideburns are stupid.
He doesn't care. He's a millionaire, man.
He's Canadian.
Anyway, that being said...
Is he Canadian?
He is Canadian. French-Canadian.
Well, that means his millions are worth slightly less than ours.
Hey, buddy.
Fucking hoser.
Hoser. Nice throw, eh?
Eat a Canadian dick, fish.
Eat a Canadian fish dick.
Do you like fish sticks?
Do you like Canadian fish sticks? So, we didn't know everything was going on in the back end. It was just kind of one of those, this is something that we could pick up and play.
Yeah.
It's easy to obtain.
We knew he was an asshole, but the game
we never
had great reviews. It was award-winning.
I would say that I never played it because...
and it looked like fun, and it was fun.
Well, Phil Fish's persona, his whole demeanor, completely overshadowed what this game could have been for me, so I never picked it up. I was just like, I don't really care. He's just an asshole. I'm not going to play it. So we decided to go back and play it, and then the shit hit the fan, in the background. So we are going to talk about all the negative things that came about first, and then we will talk about how much we really enjoyed the game. Because at the end of the day, this is a game that we enjoy.
Don't apologize.
All
Just
right.
be you, man.
So does anybody want to lead it off? Because there were a couple articles we read or
I might
the
have to go
backstory.
hit that head. I'm about to explode.
Okay, so Ryan, do you want to start?
What, with the negative crap?
Yeah, let's just, okay.
Well,
so
I mean, you got to start way back with Indie Game, the movie, where he kept trying to. Where was he taking the game to PAX?
He was taking it to PAX, and he was trying to work out a legal battle with his
ex-partner,
not gay partner.
He just was pitching a fucking fit the whole. He wasn't running it like a responsible adult. He was running it like a fucking child and throwing a fit the whole time instead of running it like a legal process.
Yeah.
And you letting the lawyers fight it out. He was just freaking out the whole fucking time, and it made you want to hate this guy. And that was the first negative thing that came out from this game, where everyone was like, ugh.
And I think
guy.
Indie Game the movie, didn't that come out like maybe like 6 months to a year after Fez?
I think it came out right after Fez, but I mean, when did it come out? I remember it came out on Netflix like a little over a year ago, I believe.
So Fez was released in 2012. I will look up Indie Game real quick while you keep airing your grievances.
I don't really have any more grievances. I hated that guy.
Okay. So, but I was more talking about...
more recent events?
Yeah, more recent. So actually...
more recent events, I guess. Where does it start? Would it start with the hacking?
No, it actually starts with
Quingate?
Quingate, or Gamergate.
Gamergate.
So it's the Quintastrophe? Is that what it is? Or
Quintastrophe. That's what we're calling it now.
You guys know that door was locked?
That's our new hashtag.
Hashtag,
by the way,
hashtag
Ryan,
Quintastrophe.
Your hand soap smells like my balls.
Weird.
What's weird is your willingness to smell my fingers.
Smells like,
I'm a scumbag. I don't care.
like vinegar.
You're just like, oh,
That's
weird.
Well, I just know mine are really vinegary. I just wondering if everyone else's were. I've never smelled another man's balls. I had to.
Now
This
you have.
might be my only chance.
Now you have.
Hold on, I'm
Okay.
getting on Craigslist.
So Indie Game the movie came out May 18th, 2012. Fez actually hit the scene. Fez is actually a bar in Scottsdale, apparently, or in North Phoenix.
Let's go.
Fez video game was released sometime in 2012. They give me an actual date. April 13th. So
For any Doctor Who fans out there, I'd just like to say Fezes are cool. And then we'll move on.
So anyway, Fez came out in April 2012 it was an Xbox Live exclusive, and then Indie Game the movie hit, which kind of was probably back to back. But that was also, they also had like the huge indie push with Braid and Super Meat Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
So-
Fat Princess.
Fat Print, was that one of the games?
No.
That was when indie games
It was just
became
there.
a thing.
Well, yeah, then that's when it was, yeah, because Microsoft opened up their, their whole indie game thing. So Fez was one of them. Aside from him being a douchebag on Indie Game the movie, just a ball of stress.
Just a huge ball of stress. And then, do we need to go over the whole Quingate thing?
We do, because that's the relevancy. Because I actually wanted to shelf this episode because of all the shit that was happening, because I was just like, we don't need to be a part of this, because one, we don't do any research, and we're not like, we're not at the forefront. So that leaves us up for like, just
Right.
being...
I just want to play the game. I really don't care what's happening in the background.
Which we didn't find this out because we play the games for 2 weeks, and then we come and talk about them. We found out in the middle of, like, after week 1, all this shit was going on. So, Quingate, or Quintastrophe.
The coincidence?
The coincidence.
Quintastrophe.
So
That's the Quingate music.
oh, I thought that was the speed music. Just bomb on a bus.
Top quiz hotshot.
There's a fat chick with pink hair who wants to blow you.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Give her game a good rating, man. That's what I would do.
That's the correct answer. I'm going to move on to the next person.
I gotta call somebody else.
Interactive TV, Jack. Wave of the future. So, Quingate.
Do you think they gave her a watch?
They probably gave her a watch, a very nice watch. Maybe a steak dinner. Hopefully she got a steak dinner.
So
She had some meat in her mouth.
Yeah, something to clean the taste out of her mouth.
I mean, so to put it all in a little tiny, nice little package, she was giving out sexual favors for good reviews for her
good
crappy
reviews
game.
for her,
Yeah.
her shitty
Yep,
game.
that is a neat little package.
Yeah. And
Well,
Phil
little
Fish,
is relative.
well, Phil Fish, like he does, because we were watching something from the beginning of the year to where he flipped the fuck out and deleted his Twitter account, but then brought it back. Because he was saying that PewDiePie, who Chester loves so much,
Who makes so much money.
Sorry, I was just watching the replay of me coming back from the bathroom. So I'm gonna go.
okay, so interactive TV, Jack, wave of the future.
Anyways.
Anywho,
Who were you saying?
we were talking about how, like, at the beginning of the year, Phil Fish said that because PewDiePie reportedly made $4 million in 2013.
Oh, he was entitled to money.
He was entitled to some of his money because he used, like, it was just Phil Fish doing a cash grab.
He's an asshole.
And the guy doing the video actually stole my thunder because I think that Phil Fish, somebody needs to gag him and fucking restrain him and throw him in a closet, and he needs a PR person. Like, that's what he needs, but he doesn't have to answer anybody because he's the owner of the company.
Yeah.
He's like the was it Bryan Cranston, the Brian, who's
Are you
the
talking about Heisenberg?
Heisenberg. Yes, Heisenberg owned his own empire.
Yes, he did.
Tony Montana.
Well, he fought for that.
He did. No. Who's the Brian, the
Boitano.
Virgin? The guy who owns Virgin.
Virgin.
His name's not Brian at all.
Is it not?
No.
Ryan.
No.
Brian?
That's it.
Richard Branson.
Jesus
Branson.
Christ.
Richard Branson.
Dick Branson.
Oh, come on. Bryan Cranston, Richard Branson.
Richard Crenna. It was
So
Richard
close.
Crenna.
Yeah,
So close.
whatever. Drinking podcast first. Go fuck yourself. So anyway,
Charles Bronson.
him being hate, so much hate, but I deserve this. You know
So
what?
Phil Fish had a death wish.
Phil Fish makes the mistake.
Yeah.
He goes after trolls. He is very vocal, and he's
he
very
lets-
very high profile, and
He lets the trolls get to him.
he responds to them.
Yeah.
That's
you
what they
can't
want
do.
too. You cannot do that.
And
That's
he
what's
did
called. That's
that.
why it's called trolling.
So anyway,
Yeah.
he went to bat for we'll call her Dick and Mouth, and I don't know. Is there a better
Just call her
nickname?
Zoe Quinn.
Oh,
So
Zoe.
people are going to confuse people.
Okay, so Zoe Quinn, she goes to bat for Zoe Quinn. Instead of like just defending and be like, you know what, this is a person who makes a game. These are all rumors. He calls like people like butt faces and like
Butt
ass
face?
clowns. Like,
Those are Canadian insults.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
they're so. Hey man, heard you didn't mow your
You know
lawn.
what? They call ham bacon, which is stupid.
What?
Canadian bacon. It's just ham.
Okay,
Right, so-
you're
Canadian butt face.
It's just uncured bacon.
right. I'm sorry.
It's not really ham.
Canadians.
It's just uncured, so it tastes like ham.
oh,
Speaking of Canadians, a new season of Trailer Park Boys is on
I
Netflix.
saw that. That's exciting.
Yeah.
And the league is back out.
So apparently
Okay.
either. So I think somebody's actually made a. Either this is Phil Fish has rebooted his account because I'm looking at it right now. And
Someone made a fake one right after he deleted
I
his.
think this somebody made,
That's I'm
made a
sure
fake
what
one.
happened.
Yeah. So
he was defending her.
he was defending her. Oh yeah. So
Stop
he
reading
actually
the
the
tweets.
first thing is like, sorry about the account deletion, guys. This is my new account. You can complain to, and he put up a picture of Andy Kaufman.
I think that's real.
Is that real?
Well, that YouTube video we watched, that Andy Kaufman was the video or the picture.
Anyway, so he comes out and he doesn't what's the word tactfully respond to the people or defend.
He needs someone to do PR.
He needs somebody to chop his thumbs off so he can't use a phone. Like he needs somebody to just step away. Just whenever we need you to code something, come out here and work on it, and then go back into your little hole and like we never see you.
I guess you don't need thumbs to code. That's true.
No, you don't. I mean, you can use the space bar. You can hit the space bar with something else. So he, yeah, he pisses off the V board at 4chan,
You don't.
You don't piss off 4chan.
You don't fuck with 4chan.
and they wound up releasing. They get in there. They do all sorts of attacks. They get everything
Yeah,
from.
They hacked him and then they doxed him.
Yeah. So what is a dox? Is that where you just steal everything from in there, or like you?
And then you share the documents.
Oh, is that dox? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming you just used the term for the first time in my
We'll Google it later.
Okay.
doxed. You got,
Space
you
dox.
got
They
doxed.
They space dox.
Yeah, they
him?
hacked,
Space
and then they
doxed.
released all of his personal information on the internet.
Yeah.
Because if you're alive, your personal information is on the internet,
So-
and 4chan will find it if they want it.
So here's the fine line that we have to tread. I do not like Phil Fish. I think that he is an asshole. I think he is a very talented developer.
Vile? I think vile is
He's
the word.
vile.
He
He's
is vile.
You know, he's just
Volatile.
he's an unlikable cocksucker.
Mm-hmm.
which is an insult to everybody who has sucked a cock intentionally.
Yeah. You know what? That's true.
No,
That's
it
true.
is, okay?
It's like, what is it? Gays Against Fags?
Yeah,
In that South Park episode?
Yes.
He is a fucking fag. He's a piece of shit human being
However,
whom everyone should despise.
what they did to him
Except maybe Zoe Quinn.
is not
It
warranted.
was a little. It was
No,
a little. Yeah, it was
no,
a
it's
little
not
much.
warranted. That's
It's one
too
thing
much.
to hate a guy.
Well, you know
But it's
what?
another thing to
The fraud
do that.
him and his investors,
We're-
that should be exposed.
We were gonna that's the skipping point. So one, we don't like him. Two, it was over the top. However, more reason for us not to like him because he was a
And
shady
this is
bastard.
What came out the last
Yeah,
week.
this came out that he was given an award 2 years in a row. But the people who were on the board voting for him to get this award, which would like make his sales like go up and up and up because
Yeah.
he's getting more awards,
Yeah.
were investors.
were investors and they were vested
Mhm.
in. So it's almost like insider trading.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
So fuck him. Like
Yeah, and fuck those people. I mean, really, and I don't understand why. I mean, it was a really good game.
He got an award for best game before the game was released.
Let's not drag the game into the shit
Yeah,
that we're
no,
doing
no,
right
I mean,
now.
but
Let's just talk about.
He didn't need to do that.
He
Like,
didn't.
Did he have so little faith in his game that he had to do that?
Well,
Yeah.
he probably was not the one pulling the strings. The investors, the people,
Yeah, they
they
wanted to
were
get
like,
paid. They're like, hey,
Exactly.
if this game wins, hey,
They're
we're
like,
gonna
oh,
get paid.
hey, we actually stand to make a lot of money.
Fuck,
Like,
is there a coat hanger over there?
Okay, but here's the thing.
in case of an abortion.
Okay, I'll bring in something that's not like video game related. The NFL with the Ray Rice thing. He owns his own company. Like he knows what's going on. Ray Rice decked a woman in the NFL, had it for 5 fucking months. Like that video showing him
Yes, I saw that video.
land a fucking like left hook just straight to her.
Just on an elevator and then drags her out of the
She
elevator.
shouldn't have been standing there.
She
The NFL
shouldn't have
no
been
no
in that
no
elevator.
no
It was
no.
her fault.
The NFL knew that they had that video. Phil Fish knew exactly who the investor. They donated. They invested a lot of money. 2 people donated at the $20,000 mark, which is a lot of fucking money. And then
So there should have been a little bit of disclosure there.
there should have been like he had to know.
Mm-hmm.
So that being released is bad. However, right now it's the boy who cried wolf. He said he's selling the IP to Fez and he's trying to get rid of is it Polygon or not Polytron? Polytron, yeah. He's trying to get rid of. He's trying to unload it to the most reasonable bidder. So he says he's out.
I think Team Meat should buy it.
I think they should too.
I think they would make a really fun Fez game. Fezzy
Fuzzy
If they
Fuzz.
took the Fez property and made it their own, they would make it really awesome.
The 3D world is so cool.
All right.
It really is.
So let's just let's do a little transition. Like
Little transition.
that's not what I want to do. That is what I meant to do.
So
So that being aside, that was all the backstory that happened when we decided to put this game on the docket that we had no idea about.
Yeah.
Now
This all came out this week. We planned on doing this game 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I don't want to be this relevant.
right? Right?
I don't want to
yeah, I want to be. I
We
want,
like
I
to
want
talk
have,
about
I want to have
games.
bad facts,
be. Yeah, I
and
want.
I want to like not.
Oh,
I'm gonna play the game for 2 hours and pretend to play the whole thing.
Don't get us wrong. Our facts are probably like bad. Like 6
You know
ways
what?
from Sunday.
With 10 minutes of research, you could know more about this whole thing than we do.
Probably. But the thing is that it's shady, and it just adds. Okay, we know that we didn't like Phil Fish, and then we were like, well, let's just give the game a chance. Maybe that'll make us like him. And then he was just like, dude, he had to know, like, dude, there are 3 random dudes that are trying to like me. I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm gonna fuck this
That
up
must be it.
right now.
If
He's
3
like-
fat alcoholics can't like me, no one's gonna like me.
Somewhere out there, someone's trying to say something nice about me.
So-
Let me fuck this up.
So that being said, Fez is a wonderful game.
Oh, it's a great game.
It is. I was so pleasantly surprised when I fired this up.
It was an awesome premise.
I think
the game, like the
And
I think
gameplay was awesome.
without all the shady biz, it definitely could have been like an award-winning game.
yeah, no,
It's fun as fuck. It's got some beautiful retro graphics.
mhm.
The music is immersive. Like
there's no like,
Controls are tight. I mean, as tight as they need to be for that type of game.
and there's no like
all
super
about tight.
like tension. There's no enemies, no one to fight. It's just discovery. The whole game is just
yeah,
discovery.
it's discovery and
It's fucking
puzzle
awesome.
and yeah.
I love puzzle games, and
Well,
I love finding new stuff. It's fucking awesome.
I did tell Chester.
I hate panicking.
Well, no, I did tell Chester that I was like Fez for me
And
was.
yet, Doki Doki Panic is one of your favorite.
That's why
games.
I like Mario too, because I don't like panicking.
So
There's no panic in the title. Same game, different name.
Fez to me was, where the fuck am I? Like,
That's right.
it was.
You called it mindfuckery.
Yeah, it was, dude. It was complete mindfuckery, and I can talk about this later because this goes into the mechanic. No, don't get me wrong. Like, I will come right out and say it. I did not beat the game. You two beat the game. I actually started playing it at the 1 week mark because I knew that it wasn't long, so I figured I could get through it. And then I started reading about all the bullshit that was happening, and it actually really soured the whole gameplay. Like, it took away from it, which is sad for me.
Well, I had been immersed into the game for a week because I started playing it 2 weeks ago, and you told me about that shit, and I was like, man, that's fucked up.
Yeah, you were mad about it.
But I like this game.
Yeah,
I think I was already 6 hours deep. I'm like, well, I'm gonna finish it.
I mean, there's been a lot of things where the person who created this piece of art,
Hitler,
is a shithead.
Steve Jobs.
Hitler. What would you call anything Hitler did art?
Have you not seen Hitler's paintings?
Mein Kampf. You never read Mein Kampf?
It's
you mean
a work.
The painting of the German Shepherd from Always Sunny?
Yeah, I mean, really, if it wasn't for Hitler, we wouldn't have the bug.
No,
Hitler was actually...
like,
Hitler loved to paint, by the way.
Prime example, Dirk said that movie Overnight ruined...
Oh, ruined fucking Boondock Saints. God damn, do not watch Overnight.
I refuse to watch it because I love that movie.
Well,
Stand fast.
What is Overnight?
Overnight is a documentary about what a piece of shit the creator of Boondock Saints is.
Oh, yeah, I think I've heard that before. They made a documentary about that?
Dirk tried to force me to watch it. I was like, I refuse to watch it because I love this and I don't want what a shithead he is
I can't think of his name right now, but the
creative work, and that's kind of how you have to separate in so many fashions, or so many facets of everything. You have to separate the artist from the art.
And I think you're absolutely right because
and Fez is a prime example because Phil Fish never want anything to do with that asshole. But I really love this game. I do. I might try to fucking 100% this game.
I'm really close. I think I'm at 96.
And that's fantastic.
Well, after beating it and starting a new game plus, I'm actually at 108%.
Really?
So I don't know what that means. maybe I'll have to 200% the game.
Maybe the dark cubes, the
blue
anti-cubes. Anti-cubes?
Yeah.
Maybe those are.
Well, there's a whole bunch of gold
beyond.
cubes that I haven't gotten yet, and then there's a shit ton of the blue cubes I haven't got. It's
all right. So you guys are gonna take the reins on this episode because we don't have an outline for this. This is all gonna be like. Let's start at the top. What is Fez?
Fez, I mean, you start in a two-dimensional world, and you're jumping around, exploring this town, the village that you live in.
I would call it his pillar, the pillar he lives on.
Yeah, you go.
It's very pillar-like.
Go outside. Your Navi tells you to check your little.
Well, suddenly there's a hypercube.
Well, it tells you to check the mailbox, right? That happens later, right? You go check the mailbox, you go upstairs, you talk to the old guy, because there's always an old guy in every village.
There's an old guy wearing a fez.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, wow, shit happens, and suddenly you're...
And it starts going...
It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys ever read that book...
I thought the game crashed when that happened.
Flatland? You remember the game Flatland? The book Flatland?
No.
What's
terrible fucking book.
What's the book?
My geometry teacher made me read this book, and I fucking hated it. But it's pretty much taken right out of that. But this two-dimensional world, he's suddenly shown that there's a third dimension. And that's when the three-dimensional Fez kind of floats out of the sky. And
the old guy was just like, finally, somebody to take my, he never really had a reason to explain that. It was just that.
No, he just said he's tired or something or old. Or,
he's like, oh, you're here.
Yeah,
it's time.
He basically pulled a Danny Glover on him and said, "I'm too old for this shit."
You get the Fez, and so opens the world.
Lethal Weapon 3D.
And I will say the
watch that.
No, I want to see Lethal Weapon 5 again. Yeah, it's 5D.
Lethal Weapon 5 in 3D.
I will say the what is it? Ah, shit. What's that Over the Rainbow movie?
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I can't think right now.
Through the Looking Glass.
Yes, through the looking glass of Oz.
Through the Wookiee glass.
Through the So
Continue.
I have ruined my credibility.
No,
No. So
you
no.
you never had any.
After to begin with.
Yeah.
So no. When they did the reveal from 2D to 3D
Mhm.
was as major as the first time that I saw Wizard of Oz from black and white to color.
Yeah.
Like to me, I was just like, oh my! It like just gave me like there is so much to this game that he can make or that he can do. This is awesome. So and it literally became every level became 4 different levels, if not more because of this like the rotation. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There was a full 2D level with doors you could go in and places to
There's
explore.
just hundreds
And
of
then you
different puzzles.
fucking turn it.
Yeah.
It's a whole other world. Doors to go in, things to
Yeah.
explore, little puzzles to do.
And, the first thing I do anytime I entered a new, level or area, check out all 4 fucking directions. Just spin.
Yeah.
Because you press on your keyboard A or D to spin the 3-dimensional
use your keyboard?
world.
Gotta get that. I thought I gave you a controller.
No, I still don't have a way to fucking play. I don't need one.
I got these
I'm
hands.
a fucking PC gamer my whole life. I'm fine with that.
All my life.
You guys are handicapped
We are handy capable, sir.
because you
Handy
can't use a keyboard to play.
Handicaps.
Anyways, see, I can do either one, no
Oh,
problem.
can you? Can you?
I played it with this
Absolutely.
beautiful Xbox 360 controller.
I also played it with a beautiful Xbox 360 controller. Right when I plugged it in, it's like, oh, push A to continue, because it knew. Because it knew.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bill Gates.
Your computer's smarter than you.
Well, that's uncomfortable.
Anyway,
We need to talk about
Savage.
Chester's future with the casual cowards of gaming.
what were we talking about?
Chester's dick news.
We were talking about.
No, we're talking about
the
the
3D
you
world.
went and you,
The 3D world.
rotated. Yeah,
Immediately rotate the world to see what is available, how many doors there are in this world, what puzzles there are, what
where the
the
cube
cubes,
pieces
the
are.
cube pieces are, like immediately. And then, you hit escape on your keyboard to view the map, which Dirk learned about yesterday.
There's a map.
Yeah, you push select on your Xbox controller.
The map is just as confusing,
Yeah.
but it does clarify things.
Fez.
Like, is there more shit I have to find in this particular level or not?
I don't care.
Like,
The whole thing was Fez. Where the fuck am I?
that
Dirk,
is, yes.
Dirk,
Yeah,
check
there
the
was-
map.
There was
Okay.
a lot of that.
Where the
There's a
fuck am I
lot
on
of
this
that.
map?
In fact, it took me about 2 weeks to figure out how to navigate this world, and I'm still like, where the fuck
But
am I going?
you know what? The without like an owner's manual, I would say that that Fish actually did do a really good job at slowly building up. Like he weaved in an owner's manual to this game.
An owner's manual?
Yeah, like you know how the manual like explained how to do things.
No, I know. But
A tutorial.
It sounds like you're like talking about a stereo, a car stereo or something.
Okay, so he weaved in a tutorial, almost like with just like the subtlest of
Well,
nuances.
that's a very common trend in gaming these days that I appreciate.
Yeah.
Is that you learn as you play. Like the game tells you how to play the game
No, but it's
as you play it.
this was, in my opinion, it was even more subtle. Like it wasn't even happening. Like there were things that
There was really that I want to talk about that really subtle things where you could go through and play the game and you
Yeah.
could get through the game, but if you wanted to figure out the puzzles, he threw a lot of really subtle shit in there.
Yeah.
How to figure out
That was
the
one
puzzles.
thing I wanted to talk about was down in the sewer. I found there was a cube with actually a QR
code.
code
And
on it.
did you take a picture of
I
it?
had to download an QR app because I'd never given a shit about QR
And
codes.
is that what you're looking at? The numbers when it pulled up?
Well, no. What I did was I downloaded the QR app and I scanned the code, and it said on my phone it said it said LT RT RT LT, and I was like, it had a whole string of LTs and RTs, and I'm like, the fuck does that mean? And I was like, all right, I think that means left turn, right turn. So I just started punching in, like spin the view
Yeah.
in the order that it said. And
Up
all
there
of
at
a
the top.
sudden, I did that, and all of a sudden,
You scan the QR code and it'll tell you how to spin the how to spin the screen.
I did it in the order that my phone told me, and it gave me a fucking blue cube. It unlocked something. I was like,
I did the same thing.
that's fucking awesome.
That is awesome.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was in a room and I'm like, dude, that looks like a QR code.
Yeah.
Oh
No
wow.
shit.
And then you spin the room certain ways, and then you'll get an anti.
So it's like the.
Oh, I bet like in the classroom.
the the classroom.
Or the throne room, there's QR
yeah,
codes?
the throne rooms, those
don't look as much like QR codes as
No,
the
no,
one
no.
in the well. In the
There's
sewer.
nothing, and that's what the thing about. That's how you figure out the throne room. There's nothing in there. There's no reason to be in there, but the room next to it or below it has a QR code, and you're like, why is this fucking throne room here?
No shit.
And then you go up there and you go in there and you do
I kept thinking I had to find the fourth artifact before I could figure out, because I found 3 of the 4 artifacts.
So in one of them, like I went to the room, I think it was like right below it, and I scanned the
game
QR
is levels,
code,
bro.
and then I'm like, fuck, and then I went back to the throne room and because I tried it in that room and nothing happened.
Yeah.
This is actually the most we've talked about actual gameplay, like bouncing off. No. This speaks to how much thought
Yeah.
and how much like
Yeah.
how
No, there's it's
the
levels.
the abstract mind that was needed to create this, who is not socially
And
reared.
you'll see strings of code or strings of it just looks like Tetris pieces in a line.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
what I looked up.
dominoes.
I finally looked up today after beating the game. I was like, all right, I know that means something. I technically beat the game. I'm gonna cheat finally.
Yeah.
So I looked up what that meant, and it was like this Tetris piece means push this direction. This Tetris piece means turn left, turn right. So
Oh,
it's
okay,
like
yeah.
you see that string of Tetris pieces, and that means do this on your fucking control pad or keyboard, and that'll unlock the secret in that level.
Oh wow.
And there's another thing where, did you notice that there was those tall purple rune stones?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So one of them, the first one you see, there's some animals playing next to it.
Mhm.
There's actually a quick brown fox jumping over a lazy dog. And if you turn in every direction,
You asshole!
that runestone will say the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. You can write down the shapes and write down the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, and you can figure out what all the letters are. That's how you figure out what all of those runestones mean.
Absolute genius, man.
That was
Seriously.
fucking perfect. Like, he put all these subtle clues in there.
It's all there.
It's all in the game. You don't have to go look it up. I did have to look that up because I'm like, what do these runestones mean? I'm
Well, I
like,
was telling you
"God
earlier
damn it."
that when I had looked up the other shit, it was like, well, these symbols mean numbers.
Yeah.
And then I had no fucking idea the whole alphabet was in there.
The whole alphabet.
Well, no, but if you think about that, like,
Mind-blowing.
this world would be like if you're stranded on an island and you're seeing all this stuff day after day after day after day, and like one day we'll just like, that looks like the quick brown.
That fox is so fast,
Fox?
and that dog is lazy as shit. Oh my god.
That's how you knew that so quick.
Oh,
Earlier,
Yeah.
earlier we were arguing. We were arguing.
Because that just came up in fucking conversation just randomly. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Don't
So-
you wish you could high five us?
That's what I want. I wanted to tell you really bad earlier, but I'm just like, I'll wait.
Good for you, man. Good for you for hanging on to that. So, what can we? There's not a whole lot. The game it's on the surface.
Well, Gomez is adorable.
Is that his name?
Whatever
name's
that
Gomez.
thing is.
The little
He looks
marshmallow
like
man.
he looks like a mog.
I thought he was.
He looks like a mog. He looks kind of like the Pillsbury Doughboy or the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah,
He's just
little mini Stay Puft.
Just adorable little white dude.
Gotta be white. Or
Well,
he's
I
adorable.
guess-
Troyer. That's cool.
A very, what is it?
That's
A
right.
non-threatening
Mini-me.
white dude.
Yeah, he's just with a fez.
And it's great, and nothing bad ever happens to you. I mean, you can fall off of things.
You're your own worst enemy. Like you are the only person that will kill you.
It
Yeah.
auto saves constantly, so if you fall to your death, it immediately
The
places
last
you right
place
back where you were
That you were on solid
before
ground.
you fell to your death. Yeah. So
There was a lot of
very forgiving.
really cool stuff where,
Mind fuckery.
like, where you were climbing vines,
Mind
and
fuckery.
you could climb, like, if you it's a big wall of vines, and you can go left and right and up and down, and then you turn it one to the left. Well, now you can only go up and down because now it was a 3D wall. You turn it to the left,
Well,
now it's a 2D
Well,
wall.
I was
But
telling you
things
that,
that didn't connect,
Would then connect.
when you turn,
Yeah.
it's two-dimensional. Everything is
there
always
could be,
two-dimensional.
There could be vines down in the bottom left and vines way up in the top right. You're like, how am I going to get over there? where you turn the screen,
rotate the
now
screen,
they connect.
all of a sudden they connect in a fucking
That was
two-dimensional
fucking- that was-
line.
Well, no,
Brilliant. That
well,
was awesome.
the vines that like went up and wrapped. It was like in the first couple levels, like went up and wrapped around the wall, so you had to like turn sideways on the wall.
Mhm.
I didn't know you could turn sideways on the wall, so I'd climb up the vines and get to the very top of it, and then I would jump off the vines, rotate the world around me, and then catch the vines. Like that was the first like, okay, I'm in for this shit.
There was one level where you really have to get going on the wall in hell. You're climbing.
I didn't get to
The lava's coming after you. That's the only level I didn't get through. It was fucking rough because of all the stupid rotating platforms.
It was hell.
You rotate the world, and it either goes, like a helicopter,
Yeah.
in a circle, or you rotate it and it just goes up and down.
Yeah, no, there's a couple of those that I messed with. Here's like the biggest mind fuck that got me, and I didn't see it coming. This is whenever you go into a level that there's water without the Game Plus, where you don't have the first-person view. I'm like, there's got to be a hidden secret out here. So I just started. I jumped in the water and just started swimming.
Yeah,
and
I did that too.
I went for
We all did that.
5 minutes, or maybe a little bit longer, and I'm like,
swimming forever.
and I'm like, I'm gonna have to go all the way back, and I literally turned around and started going back, and I slammed my hand on my lap, like
and it
just,
rotated the
and
camera.
it rotated, and I was like, bam, right there back. I was like, it was in it. I'm like, why didn't I think of that?
Because it's right behind you.
Yeah.
So if you turn, there it is.
So the game, just saying it's a 3D game doesn't do it justice. It's an MC Escher.
It's a two-dimensional game that you can view from 4 different
No,
angles.
it's an MC Escher painting or drawing, like almost brought to life.
It's tough to get the hang of it. Once you get the hang of it, though, you're like, oh, I know how to manipulate this two-dimensional world from all 3 dimensions.
I will say that I didn't like that I didn't know which door led to where.
I mean, when you first go through a door, you don't know, but then
when you can,
because you didn't know how to use the map.
The map is another.
Once you figure out how to use the map, and then like you stand next to a doorway and it shows you kind of a preview of what that next level is.
It'll tell you if you've been there before.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't give you like exactly.
But what you can do is you can be in the main part. Okay, so say you go in one of the 8-cube door.
Yeah.
And you go in there, and that's the main world. And then if you go in a door, you can look at the map again. It'll show you if you're in one of the smaller ones, if you're still in that world but just in a room, or if you've went to a completely different world. That was the only thing I can figure out on the map. I didn't find anything beyond that. I mean, I'm sure there's...
I started to get the hang of using the
me.
map to figure out where I was and how the portals connected to each other, and it's just... the game is really big.
Well, you know what's funny is, like, I'll be honest with you, like, I'll never go back and play this game because I thought in my head, I'm like, I hate collecting games, but I'll play Tony Hawk to 100%, or I'll play Amp. So I don't know what it is. Like, my brain is just like, maybe I'm just too extreme for a little white dude.
No, I know. It's. I love puzzle games, so I beat the fuck out of it. I loved it. It was
you
great.
say you're too extreme. I say you're too simple.
I am. I am simple Jack.
I love puzzle games, like puzzles.
No, and this was what makes me feel like I'm
fully
mentally
immersive puzzle like this.
No, but I could give this game to like
makes me rock hard.
Me too.
I had to pause the game so many times to beat up. I was like, I've got a raging clue right now.
Well, this is a game that I would love to give it like my mom, because she's.
I'd like to as well.
Yeah, I would love to see your mom get rock hard. You can only hit it so many times. Okay. You can only hit it so many times.
Come on.
Stop it.
Think of the children.
Stop it. Anyway, no, I was.
Dirk's mom is a saint.
Jan Mantooth is a saint. Anyway, so I know seriously, this is a game that I could give my mother, who is a saint.
Who is a saint?
Who has never. I was immaculate conception, by the way.
I believe
she never had sex.
I believe it more of your brother, but.
Oh God! Thanks for that visual. Now I know that your dad banged your mom. That's rough.
So anyway,
the sound it made.
Yeah, it was.
And now you have to eat food with that noise in your mouth.
Yeah, it was. Tracy. Oh, my parents are never gonna watch this. But I'm 33. I'm an adult. Anyway, so we've run the gamut. Now you have to seriously we'll give 2 scores, taking everything into account, and this will actually be like like a request or an advised to buy or an advised to not buy until Phil Fish sells, if he sells. Give me 2 scores. Give me a score with the game by itself. Give me a score with his bullshit antics.
Butt taps. How many butt taps for the game itself?
The game itself, by itself.
Butt taps meaning good game.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at me. I have to go first.
You do.
You guys always make me go first.
Well, you're to the left.
Then
I'll go first.
yeah, okay.
To who's left?
Out of 10?
No, 5 butt taps.
5? The game on itself, I would easily give it 4.5.
Okay.
4.8. It's awesome. I had one problem where I started a new game plus and it froze on me. That was the worst thing that happened in the game. Everything else was fucking awesome.
Okay,
the gameplay was awesome. The puzzles are great.
Then let's not talk about the. I guess we could talk about the builds. That's part of the gameplay. So yeah, it's not a 5 because
there was I mean, it's not a 5 only because it froze on me. Honestly, the game was fucking awesome.
Okay.
It's been a while since I played a game for seriously. I played it for 6 hours straight.
Nice.
The first day.
Very cool.
It was awesome, man. I fucking loved it. I love puzzle games, and it was very approachable. It wasn't something you have to figure out. It just handed it to you and let you do it. It was fucking beautiful.
Now, with all the bullshit, especially the recent bullshit.
What did I give it? A 4.8?
Yeah.
4.7. I mean, really.
Really?
The fact that this guy is an asshole doesn't really change the game. The fact that the game is fucking awesome. The game is still great.
And you have to consider, and I will interject if you don't mind, but he's not the only person who worked on this game.
Yeah.
He's
There's still
just
other
the
people
president
involved.
of that company.
Also, Zoe Quinn, if you read the credits.
Was her name in there?
Yes.
She probably blew him.
Did you
for
see?
a
I sent you
credit.
that picture. Did you see
But
that?
anyway.
No, I didn't. I didn't read that.
She's in the credits.
What is she in the credits for?
I don't remember, but I took a picture.
I know.
and
I'm
sent it to you.
gonna check. No, keep
All the depressing parts of the game.
So we will.
There weren't
That
any.
was her,
I mean,
that was her quest.
We'll move to you, Chester.
I'm gonna, the only game I've given a 5 butt taps so far is Borderlands 2. Thank you. I had a brain fart there. I've been drinking. I'm gonna give this I'm gonna say a 4.5, just because I love this game so much. But for replayability, once I finish this game, and I might be finished because now I'm gonna have to start playing games for our next episodes, I might never revisit this game.
And there's not.
Whereas with Borderlands 2, I will continue to play that
There's
game.
not a lot of replayability unless you're going to try to get everything. Because did you start your new game plus?
Yeah.
You get that first-person view. Doesn't really do a lot, honestly.
Well, you can view game hints that you couldn't view before.
And there was one puzzle that was trying to stack the. Did you do that one puzzle where you're trying to stack the tetrominoes on a certain place? I guess maybe first person would have been fine for that, but
Like I was saying,
it doesn't seem like it has a lot.
there was one level where there's a dock. There's like a wooden dock leading out to another island. When I stood on the end of that dock, or actually I was just experimenting with first-person view kind of for the first time, and I was standing on the island kind of elevated, and I went to first-person view, and I saw that there was shit written on the dock that I couldn't see, and so I jumped over to the end of the dock and switched to first-person view, and that's when I saw the code that was hidden there with the Tetris blocks, basically the Tetris shapes, and then that's when I was like, oh, shit, what does this mean? And that's when I finally cheated and looked up some shit on the internet and found out, oh, each Tetris shape means press a different direction on your controls. And so the first person view does show you different shit, but you have to be, looking.
You'd have to stop every couple of feet and check it out.
The map shows you. If you haven't found everything in a level, the map tells you. There'll be a gold outline around the level.
And it'll tell you, if it's just white, that means
that means there's hidden shit.
There's stuff there. If there's a little,
you're supposed to be giving butt taps.
Question mark.
I give it
still,
4.5.
we missed stuff because
of replayability. Once I finish this game, if I ever do complete it 100%, and I probably won't, I'm not ever going to revisit it. I mean, it's a fun game. It's fucking awesome, but I'm not going to go back and play it again like I would Borderlands over and over because of the replayability value.
Okay,
of that.
so
you
game by
play it
itself.
through once.
Game by itself, you said 4.5.
4.5.
with all the bullshit. By the way,
bullshit.
Zoe Quinn was QA for the Steam port for Fez.
That's all she did.
That's all she did.
So she made sure it worked on the PC. Good for her.
Hey, but at the same time, like that's how Phil knew her, and just like like went nuts. Like he picked the wrong pony, if you will. So with all the bullshit, what would you give it?
I'm gonna, I guess 4. A
4?
4. Because I still think it's a great game, but man, Phil Fish is a douche.
You know what? And here's the thing.
I don't know what does the game cost. Like, how much money am I actually giving to Phil? Like, $1?
Yeah.
We should know exactly how much it costs because we bought 3 copies to do this episode.
Agreed.
$10.
Yeah. By the way, you were like, yeah, I totally gifted it to you guys on Steam. I had to pay for it on Steam. Did you pay for it on Steam?
No, because no, because no.
I thought it was part of the indie bundle.
I thought it was one of the indie bundles that I bought.
That came with Amnesia and.
But I actually
Meat Boy.
Bastion and Meat Boy.
Well, no, I balked on the one with Fez on it because I was like, fuck that game, like a couple months ago. So.
But it was $10. I mean, really, how much of that is he getting?
$1 maybe.
But he might be selling, and
but you're giving Gavin your money, and that's what matters.
And Zoe.
Zoe's not getting any of that.
Yeah, she's not touching that.
Should I get some residuals?
Nah, she probably just got paid up front.
Yeah.
Or in
the bag.
Yeah.
However she does it.
You know what's funny?
She paid up front.
This is
to get her name on it.
This is bad because I can't do this because one of my jobs had me do this. I can't set this game apart from what Phil Fish is and what he's done.
See, you can't separate the art from the artist,
and that's rough for me
and
because
it's been
I can't
for years.
But how can?
Well, you tried to make me watch fucking Overnight.
That is correct. That is correct.
Years ago.
How can you listen to Pantera?
I can't. I don't.
Really?
I had
because
to stop.
Philip Anselmo was such a douche?
I had to stop. I can't hear his voice. I cannot.
Really? Wow.
It makes me so angry.
Dude, he's such an asshole.
No, it does. So with this game, I can't give it anything. I have to take myself out and say that I am not. I can't give it a review. I enjoyed the gameplay. I thought it was great. It was built on a horrible individual, and I can't get behind.
He's not the only individual. He's just the figurehead.
True.
That's like saying America sucks because George W. sucks.
Well, no, I would say I would not dissuade people from buying this game. I would dissuade people from buying this game while Phil Fish is still involved.
I agree with that.
So
true. Like
he's a piece
think
of shit.
if we waited another week,
selling it thing, I think that's a fucking.
It's so hard because
fake.
You want to be able to like I consider myself somebody who I can like almost anybody, and I can
think
like,
about
really
the rest
relate.
of these people who worked for him. They're probably all like, "Fuck this dude."
Oh yeah, absolutely. But
fuck this asshole.
There's probably actually somebody paying money to an undercover cop right now to plot his death, and they're gonna go to jail because of him. Thanks, Phil Fish.
Anyway,
just ruined a family.
I'm not an undercover cop, and I will take your money.
Anyway, you know what? Actually, no. I will
I'll
try.
Take meat.
I will give this game just because I don't like the type of game. I don't like the whole collecting. Like it was a little too slow for me. Absolutely beautiful game. It does not deserve anything less than a 4. Like I will give it a 4. With all the bullshit, I give it like a 0.3.
Hater.
Wow.
Yeah. No. I will. That's how much I can. That's how much that like it baffles me that you guys with the bullshit give it anything like more than a 2.
I can pretend that he doesn't exist.
No, but I was asking you.
I
but
agree.
when I asked you guys, I was asking you to separate and then not to separate, like mix it
Yeah.
together. So anyway, that's fine. So
And that's what we did.
Well, here's what we'll say. We'll leave it with while we are not a game review podcast, and Phil Fish is a dick. It is a great game to play. So if you get a chance to play it, and you have time to put into it, play this game.
If you can't wait, you can pick it up on Steam for $10.
Put your time into this game like game
if you
reviewers
can,
put into Zoe Quinn.
And you want to be, a responsible adult, wait to see if he actually sells it, and then go get it on Steam.
Yes.
And give your money to somebody else.
Or torrents.
Yeah, or hell, steal it from him. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. We don't condone it, but I mean, like, it's out there. It's available. If, like, low hanging fruit, grab it.
But it's so cheap on Steam, and Steam is so much easier.
Yeah, just go ahead and give it to Steam. You know what? Do they have it on Shiny Loots?
They might not have Shiny Loot. Why do you say
Might
Loots?
be.
Do you say Loots?
Did I say Loots? Shiny Loot.
Shiny Loot.
So why don't you go ahead and click on our Shiny Loot button and see if they have it there.
Go
and
to
then buy it.
casualcowards.com, and right next to our Extra Life button is the Shiny Loot button.
You guys did not call me out into turning into a whore just like that.
Oh, you've always been like that, though. It's fine.
Yeah.
Except that's why
Remember all your
promotions-
organic references to your new graphics card?
What, the
2
one
weeks
from
ago?
Galaxy video cards? My
Yeah.
750 Ti?
Dirk's not a
Oh,
whore.
thanks for the shirt, Galaxy. It's in my truck right now.
Mine is actually tattooed to my body.
There's a QR code on his back. It
See-
takes you directly to the Galaxy website.
But actually, you know what? This is organic.
Really? Because I scanned it last week and took me to the lemon party.
I would like to thank Andrew Fisher from Galaxy
Fisher.
Video
No connection.
to Fish. So, yeah, I mean, we can ramble on about this game. You guys seem like you really, really want to
It's
go back
awesome.
and forth.
Loved it.
I liked it a
It's
lot.
great.
No, it's great. So we will leave it with really just anything from what is going on right now. Ethics, gaming ethics in gaming is the argument.
Ethics in anything, like
I mean, really, the
No,
guy needs a PR person.
Well, no, but
I
that's
really hope he sells it.
well,
I hope he's serious about selling it
he
because
just
someone
needs
deserves to own this franchise. Because he came out and said, "You don't deserve Fez 2." Was his actual words. He will never make a Fez 2 because he said, "Quote, you don't
Fine.
deserve it."
I'm fine with
Fine,
that.
don't
Well-
make another one.
well,
You know
here-
what? Sell it and let someone else do it.
No, but here's the thing. This is like the overarching, like the coincidence, the quintastrophe, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's the whole thing. It's ethics in gaming and what is being perpetuated, which we should say, like, go out and read everything for yourself and then make a decision on your own.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
find
Really.
your own credible sources.
Absolutely.
But that being said, it's a great game.
Don't watch PewDiePie though.
Fuck Phil Fish, yeah.
$4 million.
Fuck Phil Fish and fuck PewDiePie.
$4 million.
But with that, I think we've actually ran this. This is one of our longer episodes, which for such a short game, it worked out pretty
It's
well.
a great game.
I'm going to apologize
Lots of
again
stuff to
for
talk about.
the nonsense that I put at the front of the episode.
I'll also apologize for the nonsense you put at the front of the episode.
But with that being said,
I'm gonna give you one of these.
we are on Pocket Cast, we are on Stitcher, we are on
iTunes.
iTunes.
Podcast Addict.
Podcast
Addict.
Addict is fantastic.
favorite.
It's
Awesome.
absolutely
You can, by
favorite.
the way, if you have a Chromecast, Podcast Addict. You
Yeah.
can cast right to your TV and sit
Nice.
there and be a
We're
lazy
on
fat asshole
YouTube,
on your couch.
YouTube,
Twitter, Facebook.
We're on Pixie Sticks.
We are on Ganja.
Well, Pixie Sticks is where I was taking that. We were high on Pixie Sticks.
Demerol.
Demerol?
Yeah.
Is that where you want to go?
Depakote?
Yeah.
Depakote? Ketamine?
And
Doxapan.
Oh, no.
we're on casualcowards.com.
We are on
You can
casualcowards.com.
stream straight from the website. You can also find not only Shiny Loots, which we are an affiliate.
Stop saying loots.
Shiny Loot.
I'm not going to
We
lie.
brainwashed you.
If you click on that banner and buy something, we
We might get 3 cents.
We get-
might get a tiny percent,
8%. We get 8%.
8%, and the games there are so fucking cheap. Like,
But you know what? You'll be
90 cents?
you'll be supporting us if you like what we do. You can continue to do it because we are in
Help
the
us get
red.
out of the red.
Out of the
Deep.
red.
you
deep
can
in the
buy
red.
you can buy games for 90 cents.
Help the
$1,
casual cards of gaming
$2.
at 8% at a time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, at that
Absolutely.
rate, we'll be caught up by.
I bought
Never.
a couple
We
of
still
games
won't
from
be-
that
we
site,
still
and
won't be
I've
caught
only
up.
been disappointed in one of them.
And the last one, like we've been whoring and we will whore for like the next
Extra
couple
Life.
weeks. Extra Life. We are not asking for money for us. We are asking you to donate money for
Mhm.
children.
Mhm.
Children with ass cancer.
I was trying to keep it serious,
All
but
kinds of cancer.
they have. You know what? Your nephew had to go there after his accident.
Yeah, my nephew. Full disclosure, my nephew is paralyzed from the chest down, but he loves video games. He can make little claw hands, so he's
Nice.
actually
He's
really
really good.
He's still really good at
Really
video
good.
games.
Good.
Yeah, he doesn't have full motion in his fingers, but he can still play video games pretty good.
But after his car
But
accident,
he went to Phoenix Children's Hospital a couple times, so he's been there. So
We're building a better nephew.
we're
Yeah.
gonna give him a better boy pussy.
Yeah.
there it was. I was waiting to see you cross the line, and it was you. Anyway,
Look, I didn't cross the line. My brother crossed the line when he dressed him up as Optimus Prime for Halloween.
roll out.
Transform and
Roll
roll
out.
out.
we love We love children the right way.
Physically.
So anyway, we appreciate if you stuck around for all the BS. Thank you for listening to the 32nd episode of the Casual Cowards of Gaming. My name is Dirk.
Yet. Oh, I'm Chester.
I'm Ryan.
Hit the stop broadcast.
Bye, Internet. Bye, Internet.